I'm going to wear a button up. I want the collar popped. Not popped.
Wait, what?
Is this 2004?
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Premier Period. My name is Jake Elliff and I am joined by my co-hosts Ridge Watson, Connor Reese, and our newest companion, Patrick Daly. How are you guys doing today? Connor, how's it going?
It's going well. I'm just so happy that Daly's here next to me now so he can talk all about Liverpool and blah, 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 blah. We're going to win the league. It's going to be great. But it's going good. It's going good.
What about you, Ridge? Did you have a great weekend watching a lot of Premier?
Pretty good weekend, yeah. We always have Premier League on in the mornings and then college football in the afternoons. That's what it works out. Obviously, we're not in school. We're not in sesh. It's fall break. So that's why we got hats on and hoodies and Crocs.
All right, so we do have somebody new that we need to introduce to the pod. But before we do that, I did want to say thank you to everybody who reached out this week and gave us some positive feedback on the show. Some people across the pond, not so positive feedback. But
Yanks.
Everybody else,
That's
it was
okay.
Great. I felt like we, for a first pod, I thought it was great. What did y'all think about it?
I thought it was pretty good. Of course, we're not from England. Do we know everything about Premier League soccer? Absolutely not. But I did like how someone said these guys have never watched a day of football in their life. That's the only thing I watch. I don't even watch college football, really. So
I thought about that, though. I was like, we're not trying to, like, be, world known or, reinvent the wheel. It's just getting positive attention to the Premier League in our small town in Alabama.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like, especially with what we do for a job, what we're trying to do is introduce new things to kids and show them new opportunities. And so I loved that in class this week, there were just random people talking about English Premier League soccer in Alabama. And I was like, that's a win for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really cool. So let's do a brief introduction. Patrick, tell us a little bit about yourself, your history with EPL, maybe how you became the fan of the team that you are a fan of and all of that.
So I am a music teacher here and band teacher, actually. So, but I started watching soccer in about 2022. And that came from the press of the World Cup. And of course, being USA, being American, I was all about USA and trying to get behind them. And
it's hard to do.
It is hard.
It's so hard to do.
It is hard. But I started my fandom came about through like lots of research, watching the World Cup. I kind of gravitated to Virgil van Dijk. He's just a massive presence on that back line. And I don't know, I started liking the Netherlands and following them, their national team. But my fandom came about through a couple of friends that I know that watch the Premier League. And I originally kind of thought I was going to be a Chelsea fan. And I started doing research. Like it went deep. Like who's the owners, who like the history and stuff like that. And my background was actually through like Jake's baseball. Huge Braves fan. So when I found out Chelsea was owned by the guys that own the Dodgers, I was like, I'm out. I can't do that. It's just, I don't know. I can't stand the Dodgers. Sorry, Dr. Barry.
Is he a Dodgers
He's
fan?
a huge Dodgers fan.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And so I started checking around and, also kits and, kit manufacturers and everything like that. But I started going with Liverpool because my American League team is the Boston Red Sox. And FSG owns the Red Sox, and they also own Liverpool. So and it helped that Virgil van Dijk played for him, and that's kind of my story. Since then, I specifically remember watching Liverpool 2022 on Boxing Day against, I think it was Leicester, and they won with, I think it was 2 own goals from Wout Faes, and they didn't score a goal on their own, but I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. So,
not at all.
But I will say I was not a bandwagon fan because they were not good. They were mid-table. I think when I started liking them, they were around 11th on the table. So it's been a good couple of years.
Yeah, I bet it has.
You just blew people's minds when you said Boxing Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's the day after Christmas for you, for you uncultured Americans.
Which is crazy that historically they've always had games on Boxing Day, and this year,
Not this year.
they are not having games on Boxing Day.
So what is Boxing Day? It's like all the help, and England got the day off
Correct.
after Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's the 26th of December.
Yeah.
It's always a big soccer day, though. Big football day.
I hope
Not-
you're
not
I hope you're
2024.
right about the history of it, because if not, we're going to get
Google
so
it.
much hate.
Google
History teachers. Daly's, your reasoning was so much more meaningful than mine. I think I mumbled on about how I liked the rooster and Gareth Bell's man bun. I think is what came out.
I do remember. I do remember in 2022 talking about it at the lunch table, and you said, "Oh, you watch soccer too," and I was like, "Oh, well, yeah. Who do you like?" And you're like, "I really like Mo Salah," and I was like, "Hey, me too."
Liverpool fan.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought we were going to have a bond, and then
That
That
right there.
seems to be the story of Patrick's fan base. Is every time he thinks he's got a friend to talk soccer with, they betray him.
Yeah.
First it was Ridge wanting to be one, and then next thing I'm like, yeah, I came in singing the song, and then 2 weeks later, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go Crystal Palace.
yeah, he was like the aura of the 80,000 people singing "You'll Never Walk Along"
Or,
is alone.
Sorry.
So
Our kids will like that word.
Yeah. Speaking of
6, 7.
lunch and things like that, last week we had some special guests come into the lunch room with us and talking about what's coming up next. We have some special things lined up, hopefully, for our off week. But I think now's a good time for us to dive in to what's going on this past weekend. So we'll take a break, and then we'll come right back, and we'll talk about the scores and setting the table from this past weekend. We'll be right back. All right, let's talk about what happened this past weekend in EPL. I'm going to do the quick pitch, a quick recap of everything that happened. So here we go. Deep breath. Let's do it. All right, Bournemouth still a 3-1 win as Saminho plays Simon Says with himself and scores 2 as he follows his own directions. They call him Britney Spurs because kadoops he did it again as he bags 1 goal and then assists another as Tottenham wins 2-1. Ex-West Ham man Rice serves a full dish into the net, followed by Timber taking a tumble and Saka sinking the PK as Arsenal wins over West Ham 2-0. 2 early goals for Man U as Lemons sours Sunderland's chances to score with some sweet saves in keep a 2-0 United victory. Connor, help me out. How do you pronounce this guy's name again? Or Liverpool. Who's the Liverpool guy?
Estevao?
Estevao, yeah. He
Estevao.
slides
Estevao.
past the Liverpool defense and into the Premier League record books with his first goal ever. And in the end, it was a 2-1 win for Chelsea.
Heartbreaker.
Mallon with some malintent toward Burnley as he scores 2 for Villa, and they win 2-1. Like your toddler's favorite toy, it's Jack in the Box as Grealish gets the game winner late. Everton over Palace 2-1. Now, who is this guy from?
Guimaraes.
Guimaraes.
Give me a rash. Is what you
give
said.
me a rash.
Give me a rash.
Goes ahead and Voltamata gets a penalty to steal the win for Newcastle over Forest 2-1. Brighton and Wolves draw 1-1 and nobody even cared because nobody watched the game. And finally, our Shohei Ohtani of soccer, Holland does Holland things and puts Man City ahead 1-0 as they beat Brentford. Let's set the table and talk about the standings. Ridge, tell us what we got.
By the way, did you guys know that Shohei plays for the Dodgers?
I did, yes.
Last week I said he played for the Angels because that's when he came in, but that happened 2 years ago?
You were just setting the history of his trajectory.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it was.
Sorry. Promise I do like baseball too.
Still West Coast.
I know something about baseball. I promise. All right, setting the table. This is after match week 7 in the Premier League. We have a new top spot with Arsenal taking over Liverpool with first place. Second place, Liverpool drops down from first. Third place, Tottenham Hotspur. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. And in fourth, we have Bournemouth, fifth, with Man City sliding their way into the 5th spot. And they are definitely no stranger to the top 5. Next, 6th, Crystal Palace moves down from the top 5 into 6th place. Chelsea moves up to 7th. Everton moves up to 8 with Jack Grealish. Number 9 is Sunderland, who moves down, who we will talk probably a little bit about later. Man U still just barely in that top 10 in 10th place. Newcastle's in 11th, moved up to 11th. And down to 12th, we have Brighton, 13th, Aston Villa, 14, Fulham, 15, Leeds United, 16, Brentford, 17, Nottingham Forest, 18, Burnley, 19, West Ham, and 20 is the Wolverhampton Wanderers. That bottom three is Burnley, West Ham, United, and Wolverhampton, who are staring relegation at in the face. And I think that might be the three that we kind of look at all year as looking at going down.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's very early to say, but I think there's a chance. But I think at least maybe 2 out of the 3 stay there. But we'll see.
I could see West Ham getting some momentum, and I see Forest jumping down.
Going down.
That's
they have
the
zero
Ange
excitement.
effect.
Ange, yeah, he took
Ange
Tottenham down there.
effect.
But
So as we move on, let's just go ahead and jump right into the stories. We do have a new top spot in the table, or on the table, however you want to say that. So my question to start the conversation, we'll start with you, Connor. What do you think? How long will Arsenal stay at the top? Is this something that's for a long while, or are we going to see somebody new at the top next week?
I think that's just so hard to answer. I think it's going to flip flop a lot between them and Liverpool. So I don't think you can give a definitive answer there. So that one's a really hard one to answer this early on.
It all depends on health of Arsenal.
It does, yeah.
Because Saka is always getting hurt.
Yeah, he's very injury prone.
So he's a huge player for them. And, what's happened in the last few years is they've been injury prone and never been able to get over the hump of second place. Yeah. And it's very early. So I think injuries will play a big part on their future this year.
Yeah. Again, this like you said, I think it's very early on. I don't think you can really make that call yet. I definitely think they'll be at least top 3.
Yeah.
For sure. But
they've got a lot of pieces.
I think they have a great chance to finish first, potentially, as long as they stay healthy. But then also, if Liverpool, finds their if they
find something,
then I don't know if they really have a chance of finishing first.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Time will tell. I think we'll know a lot more by mid-season.
I think they'll stay up for a while. I think they'll be in top of the table for a good while. I could see Liverpool trying to find some form around Christmas, and that's a long way to go to be floundering like they are right now because their defense is in shambles. I mean, Verge is there, but then, goodness gracious.
I think that's a good point, is that every time I've watched Arsenal, they seem like a decently dominant team. They're going to handle their business and do what they need to do to get wins or at least draws. I don't see them being middle. I see them staying toward the top.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's not really even a conversation.
There's not a conversation about them dropping on the top 4.
I could even see staying top 3 for the majority of. Is that what y'all said? Top 4? Is that what
top 4.
I think, top 4, top 3.
You just don't see them lose very much. Like if you see them have an off night, like they draw, which they're getting points. Like they don't lose points. They don't give points away a lot.
I think walking out of this weekend, though, the biggest conversation that, just from our perspective, that I could think is what's up with Liverpool, because they've lost they've lost
3 in 8 days.
So what's up? Let's get a current state of the union with Liverpool of where we are from our Liverpool correspondent. And we'll go
it's not positive right now. Last year was a surprise, to be honest. You think about losing Klopp as your manager. I thought, hey, we'll be 5th place maybe, and then they wind up winning it. But I think the difference between last year and this year is the continuity of players. Goodness gracious, they lost so much, and when they haven't found how to play together yet. And like I said already, the defensive line has been porous. I guess is the best word. And the attack has been non-existent lately. So especially this week, they did get that goal from Gakpo, which I texted Ridge this week. Well, he asked me about should he start Gakpo, and I said I think so because I was hoping they would start all the old guys.
Yeah.
Robbo on left back.
Who should have been there from the beginning.
Yeah, I think he should have started left back, and then obviously Verge and Konate as your center backs. And then I was predicting Bradley to play right back this week, and he did get the start, but he was just pretty hot-headed this week. And
he was.
And
yes, he was.
The midfielders have played a large part of this year because McAllister was probably their best midfielder last year, and he has not been fully fit this year, and he gets back in this week, and I think he's still recovering, but they did start with Gravenberch and McAllister and Zabazlai, which was what I was hoping would happen, and it looked great. The midfield I thought was fine until Bradley started, just getting hot.
Having a little kid's meltdown.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like everything that I've noticed is, and again, I've only been watching this year, so everybody online don't blast me for not knowing anything. But, the conversation from day one when I started talking about Liverpool was, oh, Mo Salah, he's the savior of the EPL. He's the best. He's everything. And I got him first pick in fantasy, and he's literally, he hasn't scored more than 10 points.
I think he got 5 this week, didn't he?
Yeah.
He hasn't scored more than 10 points all year for me.
I'll trade you.
So is he is it because, is there just too many? Is Liverpool running into the problem of having too many good players on the same team, and they're just trying to find their dynamics? Is that?
Yeah, I think that is nail on the head. Like I said, they've had, let me count it up. That new guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new guys this year, and they lost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 from their championship team last year. So even if your attack has one new guy in it, it's going to be some time to let them gel. But you don't even think about, if you think about the players only, the new guys, it's a big deal. But not only that, they lost a key cog in their attack this year that was a huge player for them when he was healthy, and that was Diego Jota. Yeah. And the tragedy of him and his brother Andre Silva passing away in a car accident in the summer was huge. So not only do you have to learn how to play with all these new guys, they might still be grieving from.
Yeah.
Arne Slot talked about, I think in that the first game, how he wanted to, in the Community Shield game, he looked at his bench and he wanted to go for Jota, and he wasn't there. So, there's a lot going on this year with Liverpool. And go back to Mo, you think about what a season he had last year. He definitely the best player in the league last year, but he's getting up there. He's 33 in terms of Premier League players. That's pretty old, but he's not as fast as he used to be. But I don't know. I think the league has also figured out, hey, if we shut down that right side, the attack is going to be weak.
And that was something I was kind of talking to you about before we started rolling. Was it seems like for the most part they're playing left side dominant, and there's not a lot going on the right side.
Yeah.
But then, like I'd mentioned, Salah got the ball a few times in this game, and he took some shots, and they were just sky high.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if he's in top. Obviously, he's not in top form right now. But here's a question I had for you to think about, and I wanted to see your thoughts on it. Do you think that potentially this might be a time where you take him out and put someone else in and just try it out and see if it works?
I've thought about that too, and I do not think that will happen just because it's Mo Salah.
Yeah.
And you're not going to replace Mo Salah with Chiesa.
Yep.
And that's about the only guy that can play on the right wing.
That was something I was also curious about. 'Cause I started thinking, I was like, who even else plays on the right side?
Yeah. I mean, you would have Chiesa, and I mean, you could put Ekatike over there. He's definitely a striker, and he can play on the left. But right now, I mean, you don't try out a guy on right wing when you have Mo Salah.
And when you've lost 3 games in 8 days.
Yeah. So I think they need some consistency. The lineup has changed every week. I mean, you gotta. There's no, and that's one thing that Slot talked about was that he relied too much on the same guys last year, and he didn't rotate as much. So I think he's trying to do that, but he's also trying to find something that works.
Yeah.
And it's not happening right now. So the attack has been weak, and also losing Luis Diaz. Oh gosh,
he is lighting it up for Bayern Munich.
Killing it in the Bundesliga.
He is lighting it up.
So I mean, there was a couple of things I was hoping they would go for this summer, and that was a striker. And this was before Jota passed, and then you're like, because Jota was your backup striker.
Yeah.
Where did Darwin play?
He was a striker.
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you lost 2 strikers, one because you sold, one because of a tragedy, and it's just it's hard. So
I don't think that people talk about that enough. That at the end of the day, there's a human side to this to this game.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, yeah, we're watching these players, and we can strategically put them on a field, and even at their top form, they can still not be great because they have emotions and they're dealing with. I mean, I think about being just coworkers and being around in the same building as people every single day. That's one thing, but you're a family with these people, and to lose somebody like that, there is a mental and psychological and emotional side of that I don't think a lot of people. I didn't really know that that had even happened as a new fan to the sport. And so when I saw it on the first day or opening day or whatever you call it, I was like, oh, wow, this is a big part of their season that I had never heard about. But I definitely think that something psychologically may be playing into it. I'm not going to give them that excuse as that's the only reason why.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
they're human.
They're human. And they've only lost, 3 matches? So I feel like if we're going to say anything every week, we'll probably say this, which is it's a long season. It's all about finding consistency. Whoever can ride the ship, the highs and the lows, and find themselves somewhere in the middle is who's going to come out as the best team.
And keep in mind, too, like of those 3, one of those was in the Champions League. So just in the Premier League, they've only lost 2.
Yeah, and both of them were heartbreakers. I mean, last minute. I mean, and that's what
every game is for Liverpool.
That's what they've been doing to everybody else.
Yeah, right. Exactly. The first 5 games, they beat everybody in the last 10 minutes. But I did want to talk about that and heartbreaker about how Chelsea. I mean, they flopped all over the place.
Yeah,
it was.
I was wondering if we were going to bring that up.
It was a hard thing to watch.
What did y'all think about that match? Let's dive into that a little bit and get into.
So I'll say this: I have a lot of respect for Chelsea in the sense they have a lot of very fast players. They have very fast players that are very good at agility. They can move the ball around, but they are, in my opinion, this is my opinion, one of the softest teams in the Premier League.
Oh gosh, here's the hate from the UK.
Well, yeah, and that's fine. I think a lot of people would agree, and of course, there's going to be people that disagree. And here's why I'm saying that: they're just not very tough in the sense of like your Virgil van Dijk. They don't really have any of those tough players. In my opinion, maybe the only one that really just stands out as tough, maybe Caicedo would be the only one. But like Garnacho is just absolutely Garnacho, whatever. Okay,
I laugh when I think of him.
He is just rolling around on the ground and
Cucurella did the same thing. I mean, goodness gracious,
And I like Cucurella, but they were just looking for things to dive at.
And there was a yellow card given on a phantom fall. I mean, they gave one to Liverpool, and he didn't even touch the guy.
Who was it on? I can't remember.
I'd have to go back and look, but it was. I was upset after watching it. This was that was a big deal. All the yellow cards given.
Yeller
from the south.
Yeah.
It was funny to see Liverpool get a little taste of their own medicine of last second.
It was.
I mean,
It was.
It was not for
funny,
you.
Daly?
It
Was
was
it
for
funny?
us.
I mean,
No.
it had to come back eventually.
And I kind of knew that was going to happen. Chelsea was loading the box,
Building and building.
and with the way that the back line has been, I was worried. And Mamadashvili, there we go. Actually, he filled in pretty well.
You just speak in tongues.
He's from Georgia, the country
Atlanta?
of Georgia. He's not Southern Georgia, but no, I thought he did well. He saved 2 really good ones at the end, diving, and then I know what I was going to say. Kids that are watching this, the guy that scored the goal for Chelsea is only 18 years old.
Yeah.
You can
So-
see it too. It's
And
all over him.
he's one of the next big things.
Yeah,
It's kind
so-
of like Rio for
Rio Ngamoa, yeah, he's 16, just turned 16, and he is on the Premier League squad, which is crazy. There's something I did hear that he cannot be in the same dressing room with.
Yeah, I think it's like
Really?
Yeah.
something about they have to like he has to have an adult with him at all
Yeah,
times.
until he turns 18, he cannot be in the
It's amazing.
Did he
club
just turned
dress-
16 or 17? I thought he just turned
16.
17.
16.
It's amazing. And he's beating Liverpool in the final minutes.
Yeah. So Esteval is he's
Esteval.
I was trying to think of the name.
Esteval, which was funny in the summer when they played when Chelsea won the Club World Cup. He was actually playing on his Brazilian club, and they had already said, yeah, you're sold to Chelsea, but he had to play against Chelsea.
Wow.
As a 18-year-old.
So I do remember that. And then like after the game, you see all of them like starting like
Yeah.
handshakes and all
Yeah.
that. And it looked like Chelsea was so happy. And he was a little happy as well,
Yeah.
even though he just lost.
Well, and I do want to mention that Chelsea has spent like $1 billion in 3 years on players. So I like to think of them as the shotgun effect. They just buy all these guys. It's kind of like Netflix and shows.
I guess my question is, how's Isaac doing for y'all? Thank you for 125 mil, baby.
Hey, I will say this. I
The pass though that he had,
he's coming.
was amazing.
He's getting into form, which he's only played sparingly.
yeah.
And
true.
I think once he gets into form, and I was excited about Wirtz today, the other big signing for Liverpool. They spent, how much did they spend on him? 125 million euros on Wirtz, and he actually had some very creative passes. And I thought he got one to Mo on Saturday
It's like right after he came in too.
to get his first assist and be on the score sheet, and Mo missed it. So
Mo.
the story,
misses.
Mo.
Mo problems.
story of the season right now.
Problems.
So y'all are talking about upsets and last minute. Do y'all want to hit on anybody? Got anything to say about Everton Crystal Palace? That was my
I don't know, Jake, do you have something to say?
I about to say, you're the Crystal Palace guy here.
It was a fun match to watch. It was, heartbreaking to see the 19-game win streak go to an end. I wasn't completely disappointed because everything I've heard y'all say and everybody say is that Jack Grealish is great and that he's amazing. And so if somebody's going to do it to us, it had to be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. They played well. I felt like it was a fun game to watch. Everything. I mean, I had no complaints. We had plenty of chances and just didn't capitalize on it. Mateta is incredible and is going to create chances every match. But other than that, I mean, we talked about it last week that we expected a 1-1 draw, and it was that until about 3 minutes until the game was over. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's that first goal was that for Crystal Palace. Munoz,
He's doing great.
He is an amazing player.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
He
Lights
can
out right
he
now.
can defend the ball extremely well, but he also can score. And I don't know, he's exciting to watch to me.
I did want to talk about last week's pod. How y'all ragged on me for being a Liverpool fan and saying that Palace is just a selling team.
That was your words, buddy. That was your words.
let's talk about that. So
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna defend myself.
Go ahead.
Because
Deflect.
I don't want to be known as that guy. But Palace,
Word for word, what he said.
Palace has not been good in the last few years, especially when Roy Hodgson was their manager. They were bad with essentially the same guys they have now.
Don't you have a tattoo of him on your back?
Hodgson. He did manage Liverpool at one
Check
time.
that out on Patreon. We'll see that on Patreon.
Their success has started when Oliver Glasner took over, and I foresee him. This might go into something later in the pod, but Ruben Amorim is on a short leash right now, and he saved his job.
He's on a shot collar. He's not even on a good lead. He is on the shot collar.
So what I don't like about Glasner now is that Liverpool had Mark Gahey in for a physical on deadline day for transfers, and Oliver Glasner shut it down because he was talking about he would leave if they sent Gahey over to Liverpool, and now it's looking like Glasner is holding out for the Man U job, and if Amorim gets the sack pretty soon, that
Wait.
if he gets fired,
he gets fired.
For those in America that don't know what sacked means, it means fired in England.
That is the English term. But as soon as Amorim gets fired, they're calling Glasner. And then
So you're saying that my manager is going to get traded off essentially to
Just a selling team, baby.
Yeah.
Just a selling team.
Episode 2. Episode 2.
And then you'll get Wolves manager, and it'll just be like a cycle.
Oh, God.
So just
What
keep
am
it
I
up.
signed up for?
Yeah, really.
That's kind of what Palace does.
Didn't you say that you started going, or part of the reason you started going for Crystal Palace is because you went to like Disneyland or
Yes.
Disney World, and that was your favorite place to eat?
Yeah.
You probably wish now that you never went to
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
that place
This
to
is just
eat.
heartbreaking news that I'm
and
receiving.
it's-
They've only lost once.
Hang in there.
And it makes no sense to me that he sold off Eze. He sold off Elise last year. And now he's like, nope, Gahey's where I draw the line.
When's Munoz going? When's he leaving?
Maybe in the summer if he keeps playing like this.
I mean, seriously, Man City's got to be just all ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I could
Or
see
Arsenal,
them.
or
I don't know how much they
somebody.
paid for Munoz, but I mean, I could see between 60 and 80 million for Munoz when they sell him.
how old is he? Any idea?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
27,
Hot mob.
Are we all going to take guesses?
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
did this last period.
I'm saying 28.
Munoz from Crystal Palace. 28, 27.
26, 20.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. He's not going to get 60 or 80.
He's
He is
older.
29 years old.
I was
Oh,
closest. I was closest.
He is 29 years old. So
I knew that he had to be a little bit older.
I mean, he's doing really well
dang, good
right
for
now,
him.
but
Yeah.
you're not going to get 60 or 80 for a 29-year-old in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Well, I feel confident that even with all the woes that I've just experienced and heard about my commitment that I've made to this team, that
Your Crystal Palace calf tattoo is going to be
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That soaring
You can't go
eagle
back
is going to be
now.
great.
That soaring
Gosh.
eagle.
Soaring eagle.
Can I
Yeah.
get an
Maybe
insurance
the-
policy on this tattoo that I just
Maybe the
got?
hair on your calf will grow back.
Yeah.
It's not too late to
Having
turn
shave
back
it.
to Liverpool. Hey, there's still a bird.
That's true.
Liver bird.
All right, with that, I think we need to take a break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about something else. Okay, let's play a game. So we are going to talk about managers here in a second, but as we go into this, I thought this would be fun. I think Ridge came up with this idea. I think it's a good one. If you were a manager of an English Premier League team, what would your sideline outfit look like?
And
Ridge.
Americans don't really know the whole context behind this because, like, we're so used to seeing, how bizarre is American sports anyway, with what managers wear.
Yeah.
Baseball coaches wear full uniform. Can you imagine for a
I
second?
think that should be your.
Don't
you
take
you
my
have a
answer.
kit.
Don't take my answer.
The tight
Can you
baseball
imagine
pants.
basketball coaches wearing a full or football player, Nick Saban walking around with shoulder pads on?
Shoulder pads, a
But it's
helmet.
just, it varies so much. But like, so for context, I guess what would you say? Football, soccer managers, they basically wear street clothes or whatever they're most comfortable in, or it's like a chance for them to kind of make a statement and kind of like relate with whoever they want.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of, I guess it's more their personal touch.
I feel like it's more fashionable than
They are.
Oh, yeah.
There are some
Hey,
fashionistas.
One thing that I have seen is the watch game that people keep track of how
Yeah.
what the watches of the.
Daly's a big watch guy.
I
Big
love
watch
watches.
guy over here.
Love watches.
No Apple Watch for
Rips.
Daly.
No,
That's fake.
I hate Apple watches.
So I guess so if I was a manager, I guess what I would wear would just be some like chinos, like chino pants, like just normal like pants. All right, any colors, whatever. And like
Pants are good.
I like a quarter zip. A quarter zip with like a polo underneath it. That's very like what I wear anyway every day to school. So that's very like kind of a cop out. But I guess maybe like a nice like sweater, like a crew neck sweater, maybe like Pep wear sometimes. And I really like Thomas Frank's outfits, which is Tottenham's manager. I like what he wears.
Of course.
So I have like these nice like quilted like sweaters, and I like what they wear. Obviously, we're talking like fair conditions, like pretty normal night. But they'll always have their big jackets on, big coats on if it's cold, or their rain suits if it's
So
wet.
what you get at Christmas is what you're talking about.
Yeah, basically.
what my aunt gets me for Christmas is what I would like to wear on the
Yes.
sideline.
From Ross off the discount.
And she,
Oh, sorry, it's the wrong size. I got to take. Too bad. It's from Ross.
It was $2.
I like that though. That's a good. I could see that for sure. All right, Connor, what you got?
All right, so you got to hear me out. You got to imagine this. I got two. Okay, so the first one is I'm gonna wear a button up. I want the collar popped, not popped.
wait, wow.
Is this 2004?
No, you don't.
Just kidding. No,
Oh, he's got two collars popped. He's going to double
I just
pop.
want. I want the collar to be out. Okay, I want a sweater vest. Okay, all right.
vest?
Maybe y'all will know where I'm potentially going with it. Or maybe not a vest, but just a sweater over it. Okay,
Sweater, yeah.
and then obviously just some khaki pants, some nice dress shoes. Really, what this look is coming from my favorite Premier League coach, Ted Lasso. Okay, and so
Lasso.
I love
Go
I love
Greyhounds.
Richmond. Yeah, I love Richmond. That's actually who I pull for. And so obviously that is a joke. And so actually what I really would do would be just sweats. That's all it would be is
You would
just
wear
sweats.
sweats?
I'm just a
That was
sweats.
going to be my answer.
I'm gonna be
was-
comfortable because I'm probably gonna be like running around and screaming.
Getting upset.
Enzo!
I'm a big guy, and so I'm not trying to sweat that much. Which again, in sweat, I guess you probably will. But also, it's a little colder. It's a little chillier.
I can see you running
Across
the
the pond.
sideline and pulling a hammy.
Oh, for sure.
It's just crazy. Some of those managers wear ties. They wear like full suits.
Could never.
And
Yeah.
jackets.
Could never. That was going to be my answer was a hoodie. I don't want collared shirt.
A hoodie with like pants, like normal pants.
Joggers.
Joggers.
Joggers. Maybe.
Really?
I don't know.
So
I
like,
love some.
You're
I love
dressing
me.
it down, right?
Oh, let's go. If I'm going to be if I'm a Premier League manager making what they make, I don't care.
He's a man of the people.
He's a man of the people.
Let's go for comfort.
Especially if you're going to be if you're a successful coach.
Yeah.
If somebody had something to say about what I'm wearing, I'm just going to like tell them, hey,
I guess mine.
Talk to the
team is
ring.
good.
Talk to the ring.
Mine,
to the
I guess
ring.
mine goes back
don't
to
know if
being
that'd be
a
strong.
Liverpool
Talk to the
fan
trophy.
and having Klopp on the sidelines. Klopp was just a hoodie and track pants or something like sweatpants.
would you get your teeth done like Klopp's?
That's
You're
a
gonna-
little much.
I mean, he has a great smile though.
And,
Let's
he
be
paid
real.
for it.
He paid for it. And
Yeah.
Would you do the yes? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
I would throw my shoulder out.
It's really cool.
I mean, yeah. Klopp had it going on. He'd
at
wear a
this.
hat.
I really like Klopp.
That right there. A nice like rugby style maybe polo.
Oh, Christmas morning.
Something very cool.
Is he on J. Crew's website right now?
Yeah, it literally is like J. Crew model. Anyway, Frank's got good hair.
Thanks,
too.
Mom.
Frank's got good hair.
He's got
Okay.
good hair.
Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So
I'm not. Because you've been sitting up there smiling for about 5 minutes.
I'm just thinking about some of my earliest soccer memories. Okay, my most formative coach in my soccer years, other than my high school coach. Thinking back on it, I think he probably wore close to the same thing. Is Will Ferrell's character from Kicking and Screaming when he wore the tiger tracksuit. Yeah. So whatever my team is, we're gonna be in full just tracksuit with whatever the
With
animal
wings
pattern
on it.
is. Yeah.
Since you're a Palace
So
fan,
it's Crystal
wings
Palace.
on.
I'm gonna go to my church's costume closet and we're gonna get the angel wings.
There we go. That's it.
Yeah, right there. That's what we're going for. But then
Don't sue us for using
what
that
I'm
image.
gonna do
Please don't
is
sue us.
just one random game. I'm just gonna go 3-piece suit just to throw everybody off, and just go full tuxedo on the sidelines. Maybe a top hat and a cane, just so that everybody goes, "What is this guy doing?"
Rolex on the wrist.
I want to be known as the manager who just plays by the beat of his own drum, and nobody can expect anything from them. Just keeps my players on their toes, and
That's beautiful, Jake.
thank you.
About broad-teared my eye.
Yeah, I think a tracksuit would be very Nuno Santo of you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about Man U's manager. Is his job in jeopardy still? Where do we sit on that? I'm opening the table for discussion. What do y'all think?
Jake, well, let me say this. Jake, I love you. That was a dumb question. Yes, absolutely. He will not be there by the end of the season. And sorry that your coach will probably be there.
Yep.
So sorry to break your heart, but
There goes your top five.
It is just a matter of time. And sorry, I kind of cut you off.
No,
so,
you're fine.
go ahead and say what you were
I
saying.
don't remember anymore.
Okay, I hate you. Well, I'll say this. One thing that he continuously talks about, and obviously everyone is talking about, is he has certain strategies that he likes to use, and he does not want to do anything but that strategy.
It's going to be his downfall.
But yes, that is exactly the issue. That will be his downfall. That is what is going to end up causing him to get sacked, okay, or fired for you Americans. Okay,
Americans.
Yeah, like us. But that will definitely be his downfall.
Yeah.
Because here's something again. Have we all been watching the Premier League since the 70s? No. I never watched, in the 90s, I never watched Alan Shearer, play for Newcastle. Do I wish I did? Yes. Okay, but I didn't. I've been watching for 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
But I have grown, or I have started to learn that in the Premier League, for a manager, you have to be flexible.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I guess if you have one strategy, not every game's going to go the same, and you have to be flexible, and you have to be able to adapt with the game. And in my opinion, he's not doing that.
Well, you also have to adapt to your roster.
That is true too. Go. You want to say?
Yeah. So Ruben Amorim is obviously the manager at Man U.
No, really?
Yeah. So
He never said his name, so
yeah.
now we
Ruben, old Ruben. He's brand new. Well, he came in last year.
Where was he? Sporting
Sporting Portugal. Yeah. And so he came in and he is by the book on a 3-4-3, and he is not going to change. And for those of you that don't know that, that's a 3-man back line for defense, and he is not going as you use. He's not flexible at all.
No.
And
he has made it known that he is not flexible. That is half of his press conferences. That is his point. Is that this will work? You just have to give me time.
Yeah.
I don't know how many games they've played.
I bet the Man U fans are tired of this.
Oh, they're calling
time
for
is
him.
up, right?
They're calling for him. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. If you're the manager of a Big Six club,
especially Man United,
you have to win
And
right out.
Arguably probably the most well-known Premier League team worldwide. Would you say?
I don't know Liverpool.
okay, one of the richest in history. Not just like rich in money, but rich in history is definitely Man United. And they in the last few seasons they have not been clicking. And so I will say, with their leadership above him, I think there's some issues there too. But I'm not going to get into all of that.
Do y'all know, how do they feel about him? Is this like from the top down? Is it? I know sometimes crazy thought, but corporate organizations can be corrupt from time to time. Money corrupts all, right?
Yeah.
Do they feel the same way that the fans feel? Are they trying to protect him? Are they like?
I personally think it's mixed because I heard like a couple weeks ago that they had like a personal meeting with him, and I don't. Of course, obviously, it was not discussed with the public about what was said in the meeting, but pretty much what everybody knows or at least thinks is that if these things don't happen, see you later, alligator.
Was that before he beat Chelsea? Was that before they beat Chelsea, or was that after?
I want to say there might have been like 2 meetings. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure.
I think it was.
That's
it's
a
just
big-
a couple of weeks ago. It has not been long.
Yeah, I'm not for sure.
But there was no question if they would have lost to Sunderland, he would be out
he
of
would
a
have
job.
Keeping on
gone
today,
for it.
right?
Yes,
Don't you think?
he would be out.
I cannot. I mean, I don't watch tons of interviews and stuff, but every time I can't imagine people are happy with like the way he like conducts interviews and the way he kind of plays a victim.
Yes.
A lot of times, which who wants that in a manager? You know, they want somebody who's going to take responsibility, and then we have to mention as he, you know, and from whatever interviews, but how he just over there, I guess, is during PKs.
Yeah,
Against
who wouldn't
whoever-
watch?
Who was it against? Somebody they should have won, and like
One of the worst upsets of
it was the
year.
opening round of whatever. Like it was
Are we talking about was it the
FA Cup?
Was it FA Cup or
Or
Carabao Cup?
FA Cup when they were playing a third, whatever, something equivalent of like the minor.
Yeah,
like,
they lost.
like double A, like a baseball reference. But he could not watch his team, who he had led into there. Like, I guess he couldn't even watch his team take PKs.
Yeah.
Like
The
there's-
memes about
the
that
memes
were
about it.
fantastic.
Like, he was sitting like over there on the bench with his hands in his face, and like there's so many memes. Like memes came out like him like DJing on a soundboard, him
Playing with Legos.
playing Operation over there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so like but that's the image of your club. Like you cannot.
Right.
People can't
and
be
he
happy
was
about
sitting.
that.
He was sitting
Oh, yeah,
behind,
Sitting, he
on
was-
the bench.
It was
and,
Carabao Cup and it was Grimsby Town.
Yeah.
Grimsby.
And
Shout out
you
to
know,
Grimsby Town.
Yeah.
And they
Go-
were still
go
alive.
Grimsby.
Great W.
They're still alive, by the way, in that tournament. They beat another
Man U is not.
club.
Man,
But-
it's not.
You know, it's very obvious that coaches don't like, our managers don't always like to watch. Like I've seen them stand on the sideline, turn around. Klopp used to do that.
Yeah.
Which that's fine. You're standing up. You're still up there for your team. But like if you're sitting down and not, you know, showing at least some kind of confidence, I know there's nerves, but
There shouldn't be that amount. There should not be that amount of nerves playing Grimsby.
absolutely.
they
but
should
you know,
not have been in that position.
the pressure that he's been under, I'm sure, is what caused him to do
I'm
that.
sure, yeah. I mean,
Well, here's the thing too.
it comes with the territory.
This is something that I don't know everything. I don't know a ton about Man United, but I do know a little bit about some of their players. But Casemiro's been playing, but you have Kobe Mainu that is on the bench, and he's going to be up there with one of the better players in the future. Why? It makes no sense to me at all of why he is on the bench and Casemiro is out there.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you get a decent game from time to time with Casemiro, but it's very hit or miss.
Yeah, and
more
that-
misses than hits.
You know, and they bought a striker this year. They struck out on a lot of them, but they got Benjamin Sesko from Leipzig, I think, and he's barely played, but he finally got his first Premier League goal
yeah,
this week. So
It sounds like there's a good life lesson here. If you can't learn to adapt and you can't learn to make changes, bad things will probably happen to you. And especially when it comes to like something as big as a brand. I mean, it is a team, but at the end of the day, these organizations are brands, and there is
Huge
like
brands.
I said, a
Yeah.
huge. There's an aura, I guess you can say, around Man U. Before I even got into soccer, if you're like name a soccer team, it's Liverpool and Man United, like those, and maybe some other teams from Spain and stuff like that. But when you're
Like-
talking,
their brand is bigger than Alabama football. Like their brand is bigger than Texas football
Yeah.
or Kentucky basketball. Like whatever you reference, like it's bigger because like Premier League soccer is bigger than.
there's nothing in the
is.
United States that you can compare to like a Man United.
I guess like SEC football would be like the equivalent for us.
Yeah, the only one maybe like just talking about like rich history and stuff like that. Maybe it'd be like the Dallas Cowboys, and their seasons are obviously going about the same as
Yankees,
each other.
Yankees.
Yankees.
But
yeah, right.
I mean, still, Man United is one of the most well-known sports teams
Like, yeah.
in the world.
Lakers, Celtics.
Like
And
if you think about like naming players, former players that have obviously since retired, if you say David Beckham because he's known over here in America, played for Man U.
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney played for Man U. I mean, so you've had bosses, you know,
Yeah.
that played there, and now you don't quite have that, but they're still paying a lot of money
Yeah.
for these guys.
We love you, Bruno.
so
Fernando.
I just feel like you've got to. I mean, I think a change is necessary in order for them to. I hate to say it this way, but like upkeep their image
Yep.
in a way. If nothing else, I mean, they want to win, and something's not right there. But on top of that, you've got a whole organization and a history that you're trying to preserve as a team. And so, if it's got to be my guy from Crystal Palace, then that's fine. You know,
So be it, for the good of the sport.
For the good of the sport.
we'll do it. But you know, I think that's a good point. And so we'll see what happens with that moving forward. Let's take a bet real quick. Is he gone by Thanksgiving?
I think
they play Liverpool next week. Well, in 2 weeks.
I don't think.
That won't be the reason.
No, because I think they're expecting to probably lose to Liverpool, even with the play that Liverpool's given. But I think by Christmas,
Okay.
by mid-season, he's gone.
Boxing Day.
I'm just going to, I'll say it. I'll just say yes. I don't have a good reason for that. I think eventually it's going to happen. It has to happen. There was an interview I saw, or there was like something that's posted on social media from Ange that said like he knew like 2 months before, like when he was at Tottenham, he knew for like 2 months that he was getting fired.
And then he went.
And then he still went.
He
and
won their Europa
championship.
League.
Yeah, and then he still went and won trophies, but he knew that he was
Yeah,
getting
but it didn't
fired.
matter.
And I mean, it's coming, and so I do not see him potentially making it past Thanksgiving.
Well,
but we'll see.
Yeah, Man U makes some really bad decisions.
Yeah.
Because they had Eric Ten Hag for several seasons, and he was not good, and everybody was calling for him to be fired. He wins the FA Cup,
Yeah,
and
they keep him for a little bit.
they renewed his contract and gave him another contract and fired him like halfway through the season last year.
I don't even think. Did he even make it halfway through the season? I don't think so.
I don't know, but I
but-
can't remember. But I know.
Good
Ruben,
thing for him is he went to Leverkusen, and he has been killing it. Oh wait, he got fired from there.
2 games in, he got fired.
Two games.
in.
It's a tough job that has like a heavy. It's a heavy toll that comes with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a burden, but you can't, and it can't be a guy who crumbles and sits on the bench during PK. Like it's got to be a strong presence.
It has to be a strong
That was my
presence.
thought
Who can
too.
maintain.
Like, you've got to be. You're a leader. You're instilling leadership more than anything as a manager. You are who your team is looking
Yeah,
to.
they take on your personality too.
Yeah.
Teams take on
That's
managers' personality.
That is yes,
And so,
and I think they have taken on his personality.
Seems
and,
like it.
and it's not a good one.
no, I think he's gone by Thanksgiving, maybe even by the end of the month. So we'll see.
Yeah, it
who's-
could happen.
We'll see.
Could.
Who's
Let's see
close.
who they play next.
They've got
after.
Liverpool, Brighton. Should be a win against Brighton. Who knows? It's at home.
But I'm saying if they lose to any of these teams, I feel like he's in such hot water that he's gone at the drop.
I don't think Brighton's an easy win. Brighton,
No, it's
Brighton
never an
is
easy win.
is that heavy hitter team that they're going to lose. They'll lose
Yeah.
to bad teams, but they'll beat like really good teams. Like I think they've beaten Man City, and then there was another Big Six team that they beat. I think it was Chelsea.
Chelsea. They
And
beat Chelsea 2
They
weeks
tied
ago.
with Tottenham, I think. But then they lost to. There was another
They
one.
haven't played Tottenham yet.
So week 10,
okay.
they play Forest,
at Forest.
and if they lose to Forest, I could see him being.
When
Which could
is
happen.
that?
That's November 1st.
And then they go. Then they host Tottenham, and then they play Everton.
If Forrest continues to play the way that they've been playing, and of course Ange is there, Ange is like
effect.
Ange is
give
there,
it
and he's
time.
been like 3 games in, and he's already getting the.
You got to give him 2
be,
years, though.
You'll be sacked in the morning chants by the fans.
Fired in the morning.
Yeah, or fired in the morning. Okay, so if they lose to Nottingham Forest, he's gone.
Well, as Ange says, he usually wins trophies in his 2nd year, so you got to give him 2
you gotta
years.
give him 2 years.
He did, didn't he?
He
Didn't
did, and then he got fired.
He got fired.
He's true to his word.
He was true
With
to
like a
his word.
17th place finish in the Premier
He
League.
said trophies. He didn't say the
won a
Premier League
trophy.
trophy.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, well, I think it's a good place to stop. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back and do some awards. All right, we're back with the final segment. We call this Made Up Awards. Every week we'll try to come up with some awards of things that we didn't talk about enough that we feel like deserves a spotlight in some way or another. We'll let Ridge start it off with his. Ridge, tell us your award.
So we got the Early Shower Achievement Award for outstanding commitment to post-match hydration and relaxation. Achieved a full 70 minutes before the rest of the teams. The manager for Wolverhampton, Victor Pereira, he kicked the ball at the 20th minute. He was upset about a card Well, he was upset that a foul wasn't given a card, and so he, in his frustration, he kicked the ball into the referee's dugout, striking a referee. And so he got a red card and was sent off in the 20th minute. And then 1 minute later, Wolves scored a goal.
I liked his reaction. He was like, I didn't.
Like,
What did I do?
But he hit the showers early. So
I was watching the replay, and it kind of looked like a little kid, like when they do
tantrum.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But what? We might see that in high school as well.
Kind of like Connor Bradley every time he got in trouble during the Liverpool game.
Oh.
That's why I texted Patrick the whole time. I was like, hey, Connor Bradley is just a crybaby. Because every time, like, he literally, like, tackled a guy, like, American football tackled a guy, it looked like, and then they gave him a card. He's like,
Yeah,
whatever.
and we just talked about punchable faces out there, and Garnacho. He's really good, but he's got a really punchable face.
We love Garnacho.
That's a little aggressive. Remember, we're teachers.
Wait a minute. Connor's pretty. Let's talk about Connor being aggressive.
Here we go. Let's go.
I've held back so much this week. So you have to, too.
So, in the similar spirit of Ridge's
You'll get
award,
sacked.
My
Fired.
award is the Forrest Gump Award for Enzo's dead sprint running celebration that continued Chelsea's red card streak to 4 games. Because when it happened, I was watching the match, and as much as the goal excited me, I thought it was hilarious when he just like head straight.
It was like the get out run.
Yeah, he was on a mission. He was ready to go, and he knew it was like he had, I think he was thinking about that one for a while. He was like,
He was excited, man.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
big moment.
Yeah.
And he knew that he was going to get a card on that one, more than likely, in my opinion. He knew he'd get a card, and he did not care.
it's almost like he was looking at or he talked to his team beforehand, or I don't know. I saw a tweet that was basically like, Enzo knew that they had to keep the streak alive, and if nobody else was going to get it, he was like, I guess I got to do it. And so he gets my award.
Did you mention the streak? Did I forget? Did I miss that?
I think, was it 4 games? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
right?
today this
you
was the
said it,
4th
yeah.
game where they've gotten a red card.
All
And
right.
so he had to keep the streak alive just by sprinting down the field like Forrest Gump. And
All I could think of when he did this was, I hope he stretched.
Yeah.
that's what happens when you get to be our age. Like,
I would have come up lame.
It could have been bad, too. It was wet out there. It was late. That dude was
can
getting
you
on the
imagine
field
if he would have slipped right there and took out his players?
and then got a red card on
He's got the
on
red
his back.
and he like knocked one of his guys. That would have been terrible.
That would have been awful.
And that would have been Chelsea's luck, though.
It would have been.
I don't want to hear it about their misfortune.
But then one of their players would have asked the ref for a red card either way,
Yeah.
even though it was on their own coach.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
right, Patrick, give us your award.
All right, so mine is the Angela Martin Award for coming out of nowhere. Well, if you know, that's an Office reference because I'm a huge Office fan.
The U.S. or the U.K.?
U.S.
You didn't have to say it like that.
The only office.
Yes.
Good question. Good question, Colin.
And the scene where Dwight's walking through an arcade with a girl and he's talking to her and getting to know her, and then he turns around and Angela's right there and just jump scares. And that's what I thought of with Jack Grealish today, getting that putback goal in the
I don't know where.
extra time.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And then he ran to his mother and father.
man bun
That's
and
what
all.
he said. He ran to them to celebrate,
Yeah.
which is
That's-
really cute.
How old is he?
Oh wow.
Oh, let's look that up.
That's a great
He's
question.
been around
what's,
for a
what's
while.
Your guesses?
Oh,
28.
yeah. I was going to take 20. I'll take 27.
He's reaching his.
I'm going to say 29.
He's old?
I think he is.
He's been around a while, so he is. What did you say?
I said 29.
28.
Do you have a guess?
No,
All right, he is.
I thought he was 18, but I'm getting him confused.
18.
No, he is 30 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
He
I'm
just
still
turned
closest.
30, September 10th.
So,
He
But-
turned 30.
Yeah.
Can I say this, though? Him being at Everton and how he has performed, in a sense, to me, it's been like romantic.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what football is all about. I think it's just a beautiful story of, like, I mean, he got sold to, or he got bought by Man City, and I think it was like, what, 100 million? He was like one of the first 100 million
Yeah.
transfers, and doesn't really get to play a ton, especially like, obviously on the back end of his career there, and then goes to Everton, and he has just shown out. And
Rebirth.
after he scored that goal, you could just see the happiness on his face. And whether you like him or not, or you like Everton or not, I think it's just a romantic moment in football. And I thought it was really cool to see. And it really made me fall in love with football even more. Even though I'm not a fan of either one. I like Grealish, but I'm not like a fan of Everton. I thought it was a really cool moment.
Don't like Everton.
I feel like that's what I'm noticing too. They call it isn't it called the beautiful game or something? Like that's what people call it.
Yep,
sure.
But, I'm noticing it that more and more as I'm watching. Is like there's so many moments that feel like it's scripted from a movie, and it's like there's no way you can manufacture this, but it is just so much fun to watch, and you feel this emotional attachment because there is. I mean, it's one of those games where, when a goal happens, it's a big deal. When somebody scores in basketball, you score every 20 seconds or so. In soccer, there's so much build up.
Yeah,
which is why most people don't like it, right?
Yeah.
It's
right.
Because
they say it's so slow. It's not though.
Impatient.
They all need to watch that Chelsea-Liverpool match.
That was one of the
could
best
never
games
make
I've
it.
ever watched, in my opinion.
That was
Sorry to cut you off.
But
Jake.
yeah,
Good. No, I just think it's so much. It's a fun sport to watch, and I that's why I'm so glad that we're doing this podcast. Is because I want people to hear about these kind of moments and see that it's not a boring sport. It's actually a lot of fun. You've just got to reframe the way that you look at it. And so,
and you kind of mentioned at the very beginning that, of course, obviously next weekend is international break, so there's not going to be any Premier League games. Hopefully, we can get our custodian on, Chris. He's also a Newcastle fan like myself. But just listening to him, just listening to him talk about football and like growing up in England and like going to games, it's so cool to me because you just don't have that experience here in America. Like you can go to Alabama football game. Yes, it's cool, it's loud, but it's not the same. There's not as much passion. Number one from the players, but definitely not from the fans.
Well, I think you're seeing the game grow a lot now. If you think about, I watched MLS. And there are now 30 teams, and they're still trying to add teams to that league. And I mean, and if you go to some of those games, it's the supporter section is legit.
Yeah, it is. But I think that's the only issue though. Is it's just like it's a little section. So like, for example, I've only been to one MLS game, and it was Atlanta United when I was really following them, and the place was electric.
Yeah.
But especially like it was in Mercedes-Benz. And it was on the other end is where the supporter section was. And, yes, they were going crazy. But the issue is it was like one section, whereas in England or in Europe, it's the whole stinking stadium. You got the whole stadium is chanting.
Yeah, bucket list item for me.
Huge bucket list item.
Yeah, go over, catch some games.
So let's end it on this note, on a light note. I think this was a great discussion. I wanted to say this earlier and forgot. We're going to give our prediction as we close off this week. How long will the Chelsea red card streak last? How many games will Chelsea go getting a red card? Will they make it 5? 6?
Yes.
Okay.
You think so?
I think so.
I'm going to go. I think they'll go 2 more games. I think 6 will be when it ends.
I really think that was – I really want to say that was the last one. But also, if you would have told me like they were going to get 4 straight in a row, I also would have said there's no way. So I'm going to say that was the last one.
Why not one more? Let's
here's the thing. In my soul, I want to see it. I want to see 2 more.
Let's just make it a record.
Do they turn it into their identity?
Yeah.
It's like their team identity.
That is what they are known
the
for.
red card guys.
I'd say it stops because there's like fines probably, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
there's a fine for a lot.
Well, and then if you get a straight red, you're going to be gone 3 games.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's just going to run out of players.
Yeah.
Like a 50,000 pound fine for whatever. So
it depends. That's why I think it depends on the team. Like I mean, they get fined for anything.
They'll tax Chelsea though.
let's say who they play.
Dissent with like refs, things like that.
So, they play Forest next.
There won't be
next
much
week.
to get too fiery about.
You never know.
Maybe
I hope it keeps going.
Maybe.
We thought that last week, and then the manager came
In the 95th minute or whatever, 94th minute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this is a great conversation. Great episode 2. Guys, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, what are you doing with your life? Go do something productive. But
Hey,
also, thanks for listening. And
Charge your Chromebook.
Yeah, charge your Chromebook.
Students, charge your Chromebook. Get ready for the ACT.
Yes, and we will see you guys next week or sometime around.
Oh.
All right, that's it.